elders, we gotta be respectful.
Respect.
Uma, Mameri, Selle. Can we get a line of boots? Why is she not giving us a line of thigh-high boots? I would cop a pair.
Dude, how long have we been asking?
Exactly, because we wanna.
Yes, 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 yay, hey, yay! Come on!
I know. Got it.
What's up, 5FM family? You are with the 5 Lunch Girls today. My name is Zanele.
I'm Yanga, Mjoli.
And we have got such an incredible guest for 5 Unscripted. We're so excited to have been able to invite her on the show. And it is because she is extraordinary. Not only is she an actress, not only is she a presenter, not only has she worked with Netflix, gone on to start her very own business, but she is a woman who is taking over the entertainment industry and now also the business industry. I am talking about Candice Modiselle. Pa, 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 pa.
Like, I'm hearing these descriptions and I'm like, who is this woman?
Oh, Bali's.
I'm like, oh, it's me. I'm her. What an extraordinary way to really just introduce me. Thank you.
Oh, babe, I feel like I was telling the truth though, because that's exactly what you've done.
You didn't lie.
Like, exactly.
You
There's
didn't lie.
no
But
lie.
thank
No,
you.
these are your
Thank you.
titles. This is literally your CV. She's not lying. These are facts.
100%.
Yeah, that's the gag. I love that. Thank you.
How are you today, babe?
All the better to be in the presence of royalty.
Ah,
so thank you. Thank you.
We're in the presence of royalty. So before we get into anything, right, I mentioned all of these things that you do, ne? And they're on your CV.
And you mentioned half of them.
Exactly. Like I mentioned this much compared to everything, which you'll find out about. But you're also like really good at your Mary J Blige walk.
Oh,
Can I
are
ask
we
you
gonna-
to prove it
No,
to us?
But I don't know if I could do it without the boots on. But let me
Please.
make sure I got. You know, we gotta keep the mic intact. I have
Yes.
the thigh-high boots.
You can do
and
it.
Also, Mary J Blige, if you're watching this, please, you know, elders, we gotta be respectful.
Respect.
Uma, Mameri, Selle. Can we get a line of boots? Why is she not giving us a line of thigh-high boots? I would cop a pair.
Dude, how long have we been asking?
Exactly, because we wanna.
Yes, 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 yay, hey, yay! Come on!
I know. Got it. I don't got, but you know, we
Honey,
got
what you got it!
Exactly.
Oh, my Candice,
my
you
baby.
are somebody who is just honestly a vibe. And that's why we were like, we needed you for our very first time doing 5 Unscripted. It just only felt natural to have you here. And thank you so much for being with us. But let's quickly get into absolutely everything that is Candice Modiselle. First and foremost, I mean, I feel like we know your story quite a bit from going to Generations, Selle Matunzi, Yo TV, all of those different things. What prompted you to go into being in entertainment?
Oh, you know what the thing is? I think sometimes you're called to do something and you have to honor it at some point. I'm glad that I did when and how I did.
Yeah.
So I started quite early on stage, theatre productions.
Yeah.
But I never knew the dots that were being planted, and now they're all connecting. That's a really beautiful thing. So in theatre, young girl, I've mentioned on my YouTube channel that I was loud, I was vibrant. Yeah. I had all this energy and this overflowing cup of storytelling, and I just needed somewhere to pour it. And my mom really accommodated that. So it also started off with impersonations of the family. My family really holds space for me in incredible ways. I love them for their patience because Nikki Papa, like I had a lot to say.
Yeah.
I was very vocal, highly unfiltered.
Love
but
that.
Also just an inquiring mind. So I had all of these things, these characters that were like sitting in me, like this little animation walking around.
Yeah.
And yeah, my family really just created spaces for me to express the fullness of that. And then primary school, that's where again on stage, I was able to then redirect it into that. In high school then, in grade 9, because God is good.
Amen. Hallelujah.
We received, like, you know, when you choose your subjects. And for the very first time in my school's history, drama was there. So I was going into grade 10 as the very first year of students that were able to take drama and select it. So Azira Courtenay, thank you for coming into my life. Thank you so much for coming to the space and creating the fullness of who I am as a storyteller and entrusting the gift that I already had and knowing that there's bigger for me. So school, I was very fortunate. Not everyone has the opportunity to start off from an educational level.
Yeah.
So I did that, and then I went to Wits, and then from Wits, I auditioned some more.
And then audition some
And
more.
then I auditioned one more time. And that one more time became Yo TV. And that's the yes that I needed after the plethora of no's.
Yes.
So to all y'all who said no to me, I'm a walking yes. For all the doors you closed on us, we come back to buy the building.
Come on now. I know that's right.
Period. Buenas noches.
Buenas-
I know I say good night, but buenas noches.
It's anytime. Anytime is tea time.
Anytime. Actually, anytime is tea time.
Yeah, 100%.
Anytime is tea time, and anytime is cereal time.
Exactly.
Cereal is the any time of day snack. That's
You eat cereal for dinner, don't you?
Is there something wrong? Are you giving me a judgy face?
And I think that's normal. There's milk. It's good for you.
There's
cereal,
fiber.
There's fiber. Your
I
system
can have
gets
a
good.
fruit,
Exactly. Why?
you know?
Yeah, that sounds lovely, actually.
You're the problem.
It's
here.
fine.
Do you like avocados?
I love it.
Okay, I can trust you.
Thank you. Okay.
You regained my trust. Because a little shaky for a moment.
I'm sorry. I'm
I
sorry.
don't know if I really want to be here anymore.
Please. I do want to ask you though. You said that impersonations were a very big part of just.
They were.
Mm-hmm. Can you give us your best impersonation? I'm sorry to put you on the spot.
I don't know if I have the best. So let me tell you where it started off. So I would do. Remember that song by Akon, Lonely?
Yes.
I could do that. I know
Yes.
that's a little embarrassing. But it's not embarrassing because that's why I am an animation artist. Exactly.
Come
I can do things like that.
Come on.
So I could do that. There's my favorite song, the Cupcake song. You're my honey bunch sugar yum. Yeah.
How do you sound exactly
was-
like them?
My voice takes on many different shapes.
I was literally gonna say we're staring at you, and the character came out.
It did.
Yeah. I'm like a little boombox of characters.
I love that.
Duffy. I used to love doing Britney Spears impersonations. I was 7.
Britney us.
I can't do it now. I don't think I really can. Wait, oh babe, oh what? No,
Britney, is that you?
I can't do it. Yeah, I'm not there. I don't have the vibrato.
I hear it.
Shakira, I loved. Duffy, I loved. There was a lot.
Everyone.
There's been a lot.
I love
Yeah,
that.
we're here now.
We're here now, and that's what matters.
But the cool thing is that now we channel into different accents for different characters, different nuances of storytelling.
I love that.
Invite us to be able to take on different personas, and that's what I do. And I'm glad that I'm so grateful that I was in spaces that accommodated that. Because if I was in any other world where some parents tell their children that they're too much, that they're overwhelming,
that they can't do this or
that
that.
they can't do this or that.
Uh-huh.
And the fact that telling a child "Uya papa" is a bad thing. Like "Papa" is a beautiful thing because it means that you're confident.
Yes.
So let's not get into the habit of extinguishing someone's fire and their lights
100%.
because you can't take the heat.
Yeah.
Like let's not do that.
Because somebody's confident and they're out
Someone's
there.
confident, and now because you don't know how to own the fullness of who you are, you feel like you need to dim their light.
And you're
Let's not do that.
projecting.
Yeah, and now there's kids. I can't tell you how many children there are that DM me and speak to me and say, "Yeah, Candice, I have all of this, but my family just really doesn't believe in all of these things." And it's like sometimes it takes seeing the light, see the light, and let the light in. Let it in.
Amen.
Let the light in.
I would like to ask though.
Yes, girl.
You know when you discovered how animated you are, and you said your family was so supportive.
Yes.
Did you think you would be where you are today? Did you envision your future to be like this today?
I had no idea it even existed.
Sure.
And I think that's a lot of us. Like, we watch from a voyeuristic lens, and we watch television, and we grow up watching Generations. You see the New Horizons, Karabo Moroka, Achi. We watch it, and it's foreign to us.
Yeah.
But we also romanticize it, and we. I think I created such a safe distance for myself, not because I didn't think it was possible for me, but because I didn't understand that
it
it's
is
attainable.
possible, 100%.
I also didn't understand. I didn't know, and that still exists in the here and the now. I know social media has provided so much access for us to understand storytelling.
Yeah.
But there's people who watch these shows and they think you are. They think these people are these people, and there's that little office. They don't think it's a studio. They don't think there's a script. They think Jack Mabaso really got shot. They think all these things, and it's like, firstly, Jack's not real.
Yeah, no.
That's a character. It's all fictional. So that fictional world was something that I really admired, But again, I didn't know how attainable it was. Until then, again, access to education and things like that, and you know, conversations with my mother and read with my family, and they ventured into television before I did, and they were able to then obviously share very selflessly a lot of the gems that they'd acquired throughout their careers, and I then was able to go in a little more trusting with mine. But yeah, I had no idea. I had no idea what seeds were being sown.
So essentially, you've pretty much exceeded what you saw for yourself.
Far beyond. Because my thing is this, and you know, I look at my career, and it's unbelievable that being where I am, I've graced the stages and the platforms that I'd watched with admiration. Like how, in a space of, I think, even 3 years, your best and most revered variety show, Selle Jewelry, youth show, Yo TV, soapy, Generations, music, Live Amp. How was I able to achieve those things within such a short space of time? And I don't know a lot of people that can look back on their careers and say, I've ticked those boxes.
100%.
And for me, it's humbling. It's incredible. And like you said, I've exceeded my own expectations, but it's not a journey that I was very consciously on, that I said, I want to be on these shows. But that's the beauty of how submitting to your gift works.
Come on.
That the choices aren't yours. They're made for you. It's just a matter of looking at the steps that were ordered for you and having the courage to walk in them. And I did that. And I'm so honored that now 6 years, having cemented myself 6 years in this industry, but 18 years from my stage days, I can only be humbled. It's by His grace. It's by His grace.
Before we can just.
You know these things happen.
And they
when
do.
you talk a lot.
Girl, you know.
I bought them myself.
You are so annoying.
Thank you.
But I was gonna say that I do think as well that it's just so incredible to see just how much you've done over the last couple of years, and like you said, in such a short amount of time.
And the shows that I mentioned, I think it was 2017. I was on Generations, Yo TV, Live Amp, Selle Jewelry, all in 1 year.
Dude.
And
And you
at some
killed
point
them.
in 1 week.
Yes. I
You
remember
could watch
that.
me on Yo TV. After Yo TV, you watch Selle. After Selle, you watch Generation.
And then on Friday we catch you on
It
Live
should- yeah.
Amp.
I mean, Live Amp was just one, but it was the one episode.
And you still did it.
But I still claim it.
And you do it because it's there.
It's
Yes.
there. And it was a formidable experience. It really
So
was.
base. And you're a formidable force. It's freaking almost 4 years until it's a decade in the industry.
Oh my gosh, make me sound older.
No, please. You started when
Oh,
you were
yeah.
little, so.
This is true.
Yes.
No lies were told.
Yes. But babe, I also want to ask you, because I feel like, yes, you did the whole SABC thing and it was a huge thing. But then you went on to an international stage, Netflix.
That's it.
Sorry.
Giving global.
Come on, you know, I mean.
It's worldwide for me.
South Africa's feeling small, so let me,
Let
you
me do a
know.
little Absolutely.
Tell us about that. What was that like? And also, was it a lot of pressure? Because now it's like a global stage.
I'll tell you now how the opportunity even arose to begin with, which the timing couldn't have been better, but it was also just so shaky for me because I had decided that I was taking a step away from entertainment altogether.
Wow.
So it was November 2019. I'd resigned from Generations in September 2019. Or I'd left officially in September. With all the best regards and respect. And I'm so grateful that in any space that I've left on the best terms.
Correct.
So when I'd left, I was like, look, I want to spread my wings a little bit more, and I want to find other means of really expressing myself. And I decided that entrepreneurship was the way. I'm going to go into skills development and vocational training for young Black South Africans. That was the decision for me. I got a brief from my agent, and I was very discouraged at the time as well. I didn't quite understand essentially where I was moving towards in my career trajectory.
Yeah.
So taking the step away from storytelling would have given me a more objective view. And I was like, I don't know if acting's for me anymore. I just don't know.
Wow.
So I'd gotten to that point. And then came the brief, and it was tough because I'd also kind of gotten to a point where I said to my agent, please take me off your books for a little bit because I just need some time to just reconfigure. And then JIVA knocked on my door. It was Netflix. I was like, okay, cool. My mom sent me a message on my way to an audition and she said, congratulations. On my way to the audition.
I know that's right.
Like, congratulations, we seal it in Jesus' name. And I said, okay, cool, let's go. I did it. Obviously, the anxiety had seeped in from day one because it's a dance series and my sister is the queen of South African dance.
Yes.
So how on earth am I going to overcome this fear and the shadow that I've lived in? So like, okay, cool, this is the call to action. Let me step into it. Let's go. And the audition process was very lengthy. I'd initially went for a character who was younger, but also like a little bit of a smaller character. A lead nonetheless.
Was this the brother's little sister?
It's the no. It's the little brother's
Yes, the girlfriend.
Yes,
Yes.
yes. But no, it's still a lead nonetheless. Huge, incredible, amazing human. Zazi Kunene is phenomenal.
Yeah.
And but written on paper, she was like a little more of a smaller character. And I was like, let me just kind of shrink myself so that I'm not so overwhelmed by the possibilities of having to step into this huge character that needs to dance because of the comparison that would exist. So I was like, okay. And then they're like, okay, cool. Can we do a callback? But we want you as one of the other leads. I was like, but I'm not even Zulu speaking, please.
I know that's right.
So it was even the fear that I have to speak isiZulu. I'm just like, it's going to be Sitsulu. Sitsulu, it's king. Kasetswana was Zulu. And, say the rest is history, but a lot of training.
Yeah.
Cool, got the role. My agent calls me, she goes, hi, Vuyiswa.
I know
Miss
that.
Mama's who that. She goes, hello, Vuyiswa. I'm like, wrong number. She kept asking me until it then set in that, cool, I'm going to be on a Netflix series. We shot for a long time. We shot during COVID. It was difficult. A lot of pivoting, a lot of adjusting, a lot of acclimatizing, but a lot of submitting to the gift of storytelling.
Come on.
And that's exactly what you have to do. You have to see the vision all the way through, no matter how difficult it is. Like, show up or show out. And yeah, we did that. And then JIVA was on Netflix a year and some change later.
Thank you so much.
Third African original. We had
Come on.
Queen Sono, we had Blood and Water, and then came JIVA.
Starring
Which is a
Candice
kaleidoscope of African storytelling. Really.
Man.
Colors, light, shade, blacks, whites, every color you're looking for, you're going to get in the show.
100%.
Yeah.
And it was just a colorful show in itself as well.
It was.
From the wardrobe to the different personalities.
A feast.
It really, really was. And I think it just spoke to South Africa.
And what I really love about it is the fact that it gave a platform for emerging stars to come through, because the key leads, like your number 1 to your number 10s on the call sheet, consist mainly of people that are relatively new to storytelling or in that way and leading for the very first time. And that was just so great to be part of, to just be like, okay, cool, I'm part of the new school of how we reimagine storytelling, that it's not always about stardom, it's not always about who got the most followers and how can I cast them. It's about who has the talent, who has the chops, and how do we make them shine, how do we make them known, how do we make them present in this moment.
Candice, first, my babes.
Stop what you're doing.
No, it's true. This is why we had to have this conversation. And I mean, now you obviously have gone from being on Netflix and you moved into the business space.
I have.
And you've also moved into the YouTube space.
I have.
Yes. So now I'm like, I don't even know where to start. I'm like, so this side, that side. Let's go to YouTube because we're on YouTube right now.
All right, so we will start with the 5-minute call, which is my love and my baby. I'm so blessed to be working with Functions XYZ. They reached out to me, I think, well over a year ago, and they're like, hey, Candice, we want to collaborate with you. We have this thing called Creative with Purpose. And it really was an interview, getting to know me, putting that on their platform. But I loved their work, and there was a gift in how they were presenting it. It was so generous. It was so well curated, and the quality was just tasty.
The quality
was creamy. You just watch it and it's a feast. And it's just like, listen, I love it. I loved watching it.
Yeah.
So much so that I wanted to create it. And I was like, guys, I have a channel. This idea has been bugging me. There's this itch and I need to scratch it. I need you guys to help me. And they did that. And we've been working together. Ika and Dire, they're brothers. Love you guys. You guys are amazing. Thank you for affirming me all the time. So we've been working on that. And the 5-minute call, essentially the core of what it is all the questions I had at 19, I want to answer for every other Dumelo, every other Candice, every other Dimakatso, any other individual who is an emerging artist and wants to understand it. And I think I also don't want people to assume that it's strictly for artists, but it's for people to better understand this colorful and layered worlds that we are creating. It's not just about actresses, it's not just about writers, it's about radio, it's about dance, it's about music, it's about entertainment as an art form, entertainment as a business. And for a lot of young people, and I think for how we've understood and grown in this industry, I really believe the lack of transparency creates too much room for people to be exploited, and I want to be the cap for that. I want to say it stops with me. I want to say for every young woman who was taken advantage of, or who thought that they were getting this role, but they were speaking to someone who was masking themselves as a casting director. For every young person who's paid 1,500 rand to an agency thinking that they're getting an audition, tiki fly by night. I want to be the person that says, ask the right questions. The information is here. I also realize when you Google, how do you get an agent? When you Google, what is a rate? When you Google all of these things, again, it also reminds us that we live in a very Eurocentric and westernized world. And the information is there, we just haven't localized it. So
100%.
I want to create the space where that information is localized, where the information is honest. I don't claim myself to be an expert in any way, shape, or form, but what I do have is world of experience, 18 years of experience, and I just want to share that. I want to share that information as honestly as possible. And it's going to go into podcasting, so don't get me wrong. It's not just me. You're watching episodes and episodes and episodes of me speaking, but again, it becomes a little bit self-indulgent when it's like, let me tell you guys about my first audition. Okay, let me tell you guys about my last audition. Let me tell you guys what. It's like, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
I want to invite you guys into the space and say, let's speak. Let's chat. Let's actually chat. So I have great visions for it. I really believe that it's going to change the way we perceive storytelling. That the world engages with it as a whole. That audiences have a heightened and new perceived respect for it. And to unroot all these and to demystify a lot of the fictions and the misunderstandings that we have about it. So
I was going to say that's quite beautiful, because a lot of people within the industry tend to gatekeep that kind of information.
Correct.
Hence,
I mean, for what?
Like asking you before, like in the beginning, like, did you see yourself here? When you mentioned that you were like, there's so much uncertainty. People watch on television, you have no idea how you get there, but it's your dream. And that's how you don't get that support from family, because they are just as uncertain. No one has the information. So it's like, please just go be a doctor. Please go be a lawyer.
We saw Uncle so-and-so, he's a doctor, so also you can make that one.
And two things, right? What we allow is what will continue.
Correct.
Silence creates consent. If I'm going to be quiet about the things that I know are happening within my industry, I'm going to be an enabler of those things to continue. And please don't think the platform is going to be outing this person, or I have no intentions of doing that. But what I do have the intention of doing is saying, let's be more calculated in how we approach it. Let's be more informed. The way we were able to make the decisions in the careers that we're in now is because we had information. And when we had information and we had avenues and we had platforms, then we were able to say, I want to choose this. I do choose it. And for that reason, I'm venturing into it. When the information is lacking, people can't make any decisions. And now they're sitting with all this talent and they're sitting with this gift, and our next big thing, every person is the next big thing in whatever space that they're in. But they're sitting there with this thing, this anointing, this gift and that's the second point that I wanted to make. It's not just about stardom.
100%.
What we do, it's not about being front and camera, being front and center. It's not about trending. It's not about clout. You can be a writer. You can be a sound designer. You can be a producer. And people don't see that there's the person that's doing your show. People don't see that there's a person who is writing the river, because they only see uCindy Dlatu, and they go,
100%.
I want to be the next Cindy. And absolutely you can, but maybe you're not called for it. Maybe that's not your gift.
100%.
But it's maybe about redirecting that gift into another space, and that's fine.
Yeah. And I think that another really big thing that you just touched on is just the sense of that people aren't aware. So, for example, me, I'm someone who is from the Eastern Cape. And for me, I never dreamed of being in the entertainment industry because it seemed too far away for me.
Yes.
It was only once I moved to Gauteng and was in Pretoria where I was like, oh, and I mean, grace of God, it found me, honestly. But it was only once I saw like these things where I could be at Tux FM and I could go visit 5FM and I could go to the SABC and things like that, where it was like, oh, it's an actual possibility. Otherwise, before that, I was like, I'm going to be a doctor. And that's it.
Access.
Literally access.
Access in information. The formula to success really is about when the gift and the opportunity are aligned. Yeah. But I feel like in this space, it's the gift, the opportunity, and the access.
100%.
When all of those things are aligned, then you can ask yourself, am I ready? Can I show up for this opportunity? And I've said it on my channel before, you would rather be prepared without the opportunity than have the opportunity and not be prepared.
100%.
Also, people think once you trend, okay. They think that this entertainment thing is an arrival. There's no arrival, it's a journey. It's continuous. There's continuous ways that we need to reinvent ourselves, because that's what longevity and sustainability looks like. It doesn't look like trending on Thursday at 8 p.m.
Sure.
And it doesn't start there, and it simply doesn't end there.
100%.
If that's what you want, and you want the fame, the fortune
Overnight,
you're going to get it, but it's going to leave just as easily.
Sure. I love
It's
that.
about sustaining yourself.
And it is. It's about longevity as well in this industry.
And you have to pivot. You different platforms. I'm on radio, I'm on TV. It's what we have to do.
Yeah. 100. And I think that's just pretty much what we've learned. And now you just need to keep going with that specific way of,
Absolutely.
But otherwise, more than that, I think that with you wanting to just spread all of this information and access, I think that a lot of people are going to be so grateful to you, dude, because you're not just allowing them to be in the know of the information, you're also allowing them to dream. Like I said, when I wasn't here, I wasn't able to be like, I'm dreaming about this.
And I'm allowing them to dream in color.
Amen.
To dream in color. Not to dream in black and white. Not to dream with your one arm tied behind your back. To dream in color audaciously.
Come on.
Audaciously. That's
Yes.
all I want. That's all I want.
Do you like go home and like look in the mirror and be like, I'm so wise. I'm so beautiful. I'm so amazing.
I was on the phone with my
Like-
best friend, Buti Melonkonde. Hi, babes. I was on the phone with him, and we were talking, and it was about relationships and stuff. And I'd said some things to him, and I was talking, and sometimes God speaks to you in amazing ways. And I'm talking, and I'm just like, and I stopped and I said, damn, I'm wise. I didn't pause. I said, hey, yo.
Hey,
take me out
yo.
to dinner, sup, baby.
Well, Joe Biden.
Just up, Joe. What you want to say, Joe Biden? I was like, man, because look, and another friend of mine, Kamo Moth, hey, baby, love you. I'd seen her for the first time in a couple of months, and we were at a games night, and she like stopped and she goes, it's so amazing how everyone has the same conversation about you, and it really is more about what you have to offer in your essence and not about the casing and not the presence.
100%.
Well, like, the presence is palpable, but the presence has less to do with how people see me, but how they experience me.
Come on.
And that's how I want to be remembered. Like, I want to be someone that you experience and not someone you just meet.
Sure. And Candice, I mean, I feel like even us now, we're experiencing Candice Modiselle.
Let me tell you, when you encounter God's light, you can't be the same again.
Oh, man.
You cannot be the same again. You should not be the same again. And that's how we need to experience each other in spaces, in different rooms. Like, we need to, and that's what love is, guys. Like, just give love. Just give light. Smile a bit. Don't ask women to smile, though. Like, don't come up to me and say,
Why are
smile, baby. You don't know me. So if I don't want to smile at you, I don't want to smile. But just genuinely, like, just genuinely.
Also, just go like, I'm so sorry. I just want to make sure that, there we go. It's fine. Perfect.
Wait, this is the trick. Sorry, I have to do it for camera. I did the trick. It might have looked awkward on camera. I don't want that to become
saw
a
that.
meme.
Honey, you don't want a GIF.
I don't want it.
No, please and thank
Someone
you.
say Andy Cyberwell posts.
It's
I'm
PG
not someone I would have posted it. I'll tell you that.
13.
Yeah, PG-13, exactly.
Thank you. But babe, before we say goodbye,
No.
I know, right? I don't want it. Don't you want to come back for like a part 2 sometime? And we
Gladly.
can. Please, I'm being
I'm playing with you.
serious.
I'll come back.
This is beautiful.
Y'all know I can talk for like 3 working days.
Will we do? Will we do a part 2? Are we happy to do a part
I
two?
would love for us to do a part
Oh, Candice, you are such a freaking treat. And we know you need to run. We know we need to go do the show.
Absolutely, I love it.
Yeah, right?
Look at us.
I mean,
Booked, busy, blessed, and black.
that's exactly what it is. But I do want to ask you, before we go, tell us about the journey into going into Selle Jewelry.
Yes, so I have a baby of mine called Selle Jewelry. I've been a very big lover of jewelry as a whole, but particularly nose rings. I joined Generations in 2016, and I had a piercing. I was 21, I was cute, I was fantastic. But then I had to take the piercing out because my character was 16. It would have
Yeah.
obviously been out of character. But the thing about piercings is that they heal and they close. And then I found myself at that crossroads, and I wanted to keep wearing nose rings, but I didn't have the opportunity. So I you take a sleeper earring and you'll make it into a septum, or you'll do all these kinds of things. But the market didn't have the nose rings that I was looking for, and over the years it became a very big issue for me. And I was like, well, they don't have them, so let me create them. Let me create the business that has them. So I know a lot of people, there's like students, there are people in professional spaces who can't wear nose rings and whatever. I'm wearing a clip-on. I take it off now, but my nails are so long. But if you want a demonstration, go on Selle Jewelry on Instagram, Selle, Selle, deriving from the end of my surname. So Modiselle, Selle. Started with my business partner, Candice Modiselle. And yeah, here we are today with a brilliant brand which is available. It's online, so you can go on sellegroup.com to purchase whatever pieces. It's not just the nose rings. We got the earrings as
Come
well.
on.
Yes, I've got a ring on. My nail is broken, so this is actually, it's called an Egyptian nail ring. So it's a ring.
I love that.
It's a ring. So my nail broke, so I was like, okay, cool. We got to pivot, and then I put this on. So cool, we've got a clip-on nose ring as well. We've got these earrings, an entire range. We're going to keep expanding. We've expanded now into Botswana and Eswatini.
Come on.
We're touching every part of Africa, but also the world as a whole. And it's going to be a continuously growing brand. So, yeah, Selle Jewelry, courtesy of yours truly.
Candice Modiselle. Come on.
Oh, I should do my own voiceover. Oh, I should book you. What's your rate? Okay.
Can you afford me? Can you?
Well, butter my biscuit and call me Dolly. I can. I speak it into existence.
Come, hey, you
Again,
man! Come on! But babe, before we also leave, ne,
Yes.
we got into very much the business side, I think.
I feel you're going to ask me personal things.
We have to.
Forex.
We have to. Oh, please, Forex, please, Jacqueline. Thank you very much. We want to know, and I think this is what we'll bring you back for in terms of our part 2.
Yes.
Because, we want to, get into a couple of chats.
Yes.
Are you single?
Am I? Oh my gosh. Am I going to cry?
Yeah.
Am I single? Am I triggered by that question?
Oh, am
Find out on part 2 on 5 Unscripted.
I love that. That's
Yeah.
beautiful. Okay, so when you come back, we're going to tackle being a young, single person.
Girl, when you say I am
I'm saying whether or not you are single.
Yes.
You've experienced the singleness before
I've
being
been
young.
single before.
Yes, exactly. So we're going to tackle that, and we're going to get into a few other questions as well that have to do with, I think, love and being young and even being in a relationship. Okay. All right. You smiled a little bit too much when I said in a relationship. I'm just
Girl. The thing is, I'm an actress, so I've given you everything. I've given you the sadness of singlehood, but also the smiles of companionship.
I love that. Beautiful. Ladies and gentlemen, Candice Modiselle. What a queen.
Thank you, my gorgeous girls. My gorgeous, gorgeous girl.
That's how we wrap up 5 Unscripted. Thank you for joining us. And like we said, we're hopefully going to bring her back for a part 2. This queen over here. You want more? I know you do. We love you. Make sure you like and subscribe. And we'll catch you on the airwaves, 12 to 3 p.m. Monday to Friday. Mwah!